I've seen processes like this work and work very well in other areas of Kern County. We had a Vision 2020 project that was in the metro area, and it really created a blueprint that then government entities use to then go in and implement the exact plan that the people of the community had envisioned. I just want to encourage everybody to really dream big here today. This is going to be the groundwork for what your children and your grandchildren are going to experience when they're in downtown Rosamond over the course of the next 30 years. And so think big, dream big, and it's going to be difficult for us to implement, obviously, what is envisioned here today. But by working together with the talent and the intelligence and the perseverance that I know is in this room, I think that we're going to get there.
My staff and I are going to be here as facilitators to help you through it. This is a fun process. There's no consequences to what you come up with today. The good news is you don't have to figure out where the money comes from. All right? You have a blank check. And that's what the supervisor was talking about when he said dream big. This is what you want to have happen. The next hard stage will be when we try to figure out how we implement it and how that all happens. But without the vision, we don't know where we're going. Let's find out where we're going.
Make that apparent too, so we have an idea of how many different visions we have at this table. So let's start. Betty, maybe you could describe some of yours to us.
Well, it's kind of self-descriptive, but the first one is small themed sculptures among pleasant, drought-tolerant landscaping and heat-resistant outdoor furniture.
All right, so that's great. That's talking about our streets and what they look like. Your 3 sticky notes, and just stick them in the middle of your table so that everybody else can see them. Stick them anywhere. I'm going to put them on the wall, and then I'm going to need your help as a group, letting me know where I should place the other ones.
We have civic and businesses.
And what kind of things were you talking about in civic and businesses?
Government facilities.
Okay, and how about near support and incentives for businesses? That all seem like it's the same category? Okay.
An interactive downtown district that is walkable.
We came up with a functional aesthetic area downtown that is safe and secure, an everyday cultural center, a place to go respecting where we've been, and support and incentives for businesses.
All right, my group tried to capsulize it in sort of one kind of snapshot here, calling it the Downtown Oasis Center. And the key aspects of that: family-friendly, shopping, transit, walkable, and safe. So that's kind of an all-over
Okay,
monster
right in the middle.
Yeah. Activities. We categorized activities: senior center, swimming pool, things for kids.
And Marty?
Yes, our group came up with 3 categories. The first is street improvements.
All right, so to me this is close to functional aesthetic area, but does it go anywhere else?
Safe and secure.
So maybe like right in between. What do you think, Olaf? Yeah? Okay, good.
Okay, then walkable downtown center that serves as a destination.
Okay, so we have a couple of those. We have a grouping over here. You know, I'm going to move this because I think this one is starting to match up with the one in the corner. They're melding together. All right. What do you got next, Marty?
And then finally, I think this will go with the big group too, greater visual appeal.
This is your vision map from the folks in the room right now. It's our little snapshot in time of your vision this morning.
The types of questions that you just responded to, you're going to actually get to go into the field and actually point out specific locations in the downtown that you feel in particular need immediate assistance or need immediate help. Being part of a group like this, that's what I want to try to train you to do. I want you to train you to look at this with a critical eye. What are some of the observations that you make as you look around from where we're standing?
Sick elm trees.
Sick elm trees.
Nice ash trees.
Nice ash trees, that's right.
What I look and see, we need more sidewalks, and around here from a safety standpoint, these cars, there's no stop signs there, which means they're going to and from.
here's some fun facts for you. To put diagonal parking on both sides of a street, you need 62 feet curb to curb. You've got way more than that. You've got way more than 62 feet. So you could do diagonal parking plus tree planters out in the right of way and actually, if you will, sort of physically start to close that street up. That's something you could do. Another observation I have is what I would call uncontrolled access across the street. Nobody has to enter even a driveway. They just roll off the curb and into the street. Uncontrolled access. For pedestrians are going to stop right here. As soon as they see that, we're going no further. Or they're going to cross over here onto this side where they feel safe, because walking behind parked cars, pedestrians, whether you think about it or not, you're like, uh-oh, this is not a great spot for me to be.
So those businesses have been shut down, and that's bad for a business district to have something like that here.
Now, as you notice, at the older part of the street, all of the businesses are right at the back of the sidewalk. That's very, very important for creating and maintaining what we call walkability of the street. Now, when you place buildings behind a parking lot, the businesses, first of all, I don't know if the businesses know that. Number one, they don't do as well in the area because people walk by and they go, well, the revitalization of the downtown is going to be partly dependent on the revitalization and upkeep of the surrounding neighborhoods. And the reason is because these neighborhoods are what I'd call your marketplace. These are people who are going to be able to walk to your stores and that sort of thing. So we want to make sure these neighborhoods stay vital and that they stay in a condition that people want to live here and continue to reinvest here. Now, what are some of the things that you notice here that if you could wave a magic wand that you'd want to go away? What are just some of the things you see that you want to go away?
Want to go away?
Like to go away?
The lack of landscape.
Lack of landscaping?
No, they got landscaping. They got.
The park is not being taken care of, I think is what you're saying. Again, curbs where there isn't any.
Sidewalk, right? Curb sidewalk.
Trimming of all the trees so it looks like
Yeah,
it's
just
not
get,
scary to
maybe just
here.
get some of these trimmed up a little bit. Yeah. I'm really surprised that nobody said, well, gee, that chain link fence really looks crappy. That should be out here. Those are the types of things that start to mark a neighborhood in a decline. And you want to start to remove those things. What La Puente did is they came in with a program, a neighborhood improvement program, that included streets, sidewalks, and curbs. But what they did is they went to each and every property owner and they offered to remove their chain link fence and put in white picket fences. Property values went up an average of 10 to 15%, they said literally overnight. Because as you look down the street, rather than chain link fences and fortressing and big gated walls and things like, that's a hurricane fence over there. You got a hurricane fence out in front of the thing. Things started to happen. Things started to improve.
We know that there's going to be a lot of challenges for us to find funding to implement the vision, but together with the the innovative thinking that we have here in Rosamond and the experience that we've had, the successes that we've had, I think that we can make it happen.
And the funding eventually, as I understand, Bakersfield came from a variety of sources: federal grants, city grants, state grants, private enterprise contributing the money to build it.
That's absolutely true. And so what you want to do is to be poised and ready, have your plan in place.
Sure.
So then when funding becomes available, you don't have to go, okay, now what do we do with it? You know exactly what you want to accomplish, and then you can go in and prioritize and adjust your spending accordingly.
What do you see for downtown Rosamond? I mean, it's a different place.
I see us approaching this from four specific angles, and I'm going to use a downtown revitalization recipe that I use in every community that I work in.
Sure.
It's a 4-point presentation. First of all, we have to work on design. Those are like improving streets, sidewalks, trees, lights, those sorts of things.
Sure.
Next, we have to work on organization. Once I'm gone, once we all leave here today, you need an organization in place to continue to make things happen here, what I'd call a vision keeper group. Number 3, you need promotional activities. You need somebody, probably that group, to run your farmers market, your festivals in your downtown, those sorts of things. And finally, economic restructuring. One of the last things we have to do, and probably one of the most important things we have to do, is we have to talk to the county about what are some of the incentives that we can offer businesses that you'd all like to see here to come here.